So today I'm going to teach you how to cross-pollinate cotton. It's a lot easier than some of the other plants we've learned how to cross-pollinate, such as tomato or soybean, because those have really small flowers, whereas cotton has really nice big flowers like this right here. Cotton also has perfect flowers, so the first step in crossing cotton is to emasculate, which is done usually in the late afternoon, and then the actual pollinating is done the next morning. And that's because the cotton dehisces and dries out and releases in the morning. So the first thing you want to look for when crossing cotton is what we call candlestick bud, like this one right here. So you can see it's nice and big, it's poking out from between the leaves. This one over here, it's still a little too small. It probably needs to grow for another day, and we can probably cross it tomorrow afternoon. So this one looks good, but if you look really closely right here, you can see that it's actually open, and we don't want that because that means something like an insect, like an ant, could have possibly crawled in and cross-contaminated, cross-pollinated, and so you're not actually getting the cross that you think you are. But I do have another bud over here. So this bud right here is really nice. It's nice and big. It's not open. So we're going to go ahead and cross this. So what you do is you take your thumbnail, you dig it in there, and you peel it back. Oh, I didn't get quite deep enough. Until we see this. You see that white part in there? That's the fruit. So we want to make sure not to damage that part. So you peel one end back, then you peel the other end back. And then all the anthers right there, that's all the anthers just come right off. And you're left with just the stigma, which is what we want. So then we take this little straw, since we're in the greenhouse, and we're going to place it just over top of the stigma like that. That's to protect it from any false pollination that might happen before tomorrow morning. Now in the field, we would probably use one of these bags and cover the stigma, because they tend to hold up a little bit better in the field than just the plastic straws. So also, since we're in the greenhouse, we're going to pick our flour right now, and we're going to store it overnight in the fridge at 4 degrees Celsius. In the field, we don't really do that because it's not really worth the effort of transporting it back and forth. So we'll just pick a flower that same morning from the male that we want to cross-pollinate. So the only thing you want to look for in a flower is you want to make sure that it's not pink at all, like this one. Because if it's turning pink, that means it's already been pollinated. So right here is a good flower. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to stick it in this bag. And then I'll write my label on it of what male it came from. And I'll make my tag, and then we can pollinate tomorrow morning. Okay, so it's the next morning, and now we're ready to do the actual pollination. So we have our cross up here with the tag already on it with the female parent first. And so we're going to take off the straw, off the stigma. We're going to take our flower that's been sitting in the fridge overnight out of the bag. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold down the sepals and the petals to expose the anthers. And as we can see, we got a nice bit of pollen in the center there. And we're going to take it and we're just going to brush it on the stigma. And as you can see, Now we get a nice layer of pollen all over the stigma. And then we put the straw back on just to avoid any other possible cross-contaminations. And then hopefully you'll come back in a couple weeks and you'll have a nice bowl starting to develop. And that's it. That's how you cross-pollinate cotton.